Om Jnana Timidandasya Yananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Nitanjena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Yevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaudate Se Namaha. Dandavad Pranams. Good morning to everybody physically and virtually present. We are continuing this morning with Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yesterday we heard these beautiful prayers that Mahaprabhu chanted as he's dancing in front of Lord Jagannath. And one of those verses is very they're all well-known verses. But this is a well-known expression that is said to be originally Mahaprabhu's himself, where he's stating that he's listing all the designations that exist within the Vedic society, the Varnashram system, and one by one rejecting them. I'm not a Brahmin, I'm not Kshatriya, I'm not Vaishya, I'm not Shudra, I'm not Grihasta, or brahmachari, or vanaprastha, or sannyasi, all of these things. I am only the servant of the servant of the servant of that sweet Lord of the gopis. It's a very, very nice verse. And of course, Mahaprabhu was a sannyasi. So, how can Mahaprabhu say that he's not a sannyasi?
Is it because it's a different type of sannyasi?
No, because he doesn't, as they might say in modern terms, he doesn't self-identify as a sannyasi. Even though he's wearing the dress of a sannyasi, it's just a dress. That he's saying, that is not my real identity. Similarly, in this world, we all adopt different roles and take on different designations according to our birth and circumstances. So we have particular, we all fit into a particular demographic, particular race, particular economic status, particular level of education, particular role in society, and so on and so forth. But although we have to attend to all of these things, and we cannot completely deny the presence of such designations, that would be foolish and artificial. We have to deal with them, our gender, all of these things. But at the same time, we have to remember who we truly are. Jiver Srupa Hoy Krishna Nityadas. We are all eternal servants of Sri Krishna. That is our real identity. That is the only identity that we, truly, acknowledge in an internal sense. So it is a very, very valuable reminder, and it's a helpful verse for preaching. Mahaprabhu's call, it is so universal. It is Gurudev would always emphasize that, no caste, no creed, no criterion. It is completely non-sectarian. Everyone is welcome. Because, when that's only possible if we can recognize that everyone is spirit soul, that we're all on the same platform. We are all soul, we are all spirit soul. And all of these designations drawn from this limited world, they are all external and superficial. So this is the most universal call. Come to embrace your nature as a loving servant of our beautiful Lord, Sri Krishna. Come to dance in the waves of reality, the beautiful, in which we all have a part to play. So this is one of the prayers which Mahaprabhu chants. Naham vip, join the Ratha Yatra. Naham vipro, na chanada patir, napi vaisho, na shudro. Naham varni, na chagriha patir, no vanasto yatirva. Kintu prodyan nikila paramananda purnamritabder gopi bartu padakamalayur dasa dasa nidasa. I am not a Brahmin, I am not a Kshatriya, I am not a Vaishya or a Shudra, nor am I a brahmachari, a householder, a vanaprastha, or a sannyasi. I identify myself only as the servant of the servant of the servant of the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna, the maintainer of the gopis. He is like an ocean of nectar, and he is the cause of universal transcendental bliss. He is always existing with brilliance. Okay, so we'll continue. So Mahaprabhu is dancing, and his devotees have formed 3 circles around him to protect him from the crowds. Now, I've never been to Rath Yatra, but maybe Gadadhar Sachi has. But we've heard about how dangerously crowded it can become. Every year people die, because of the crush. So they're taking care of Mahaprabhu. Adi Chandane Skande Hastalambhiya Prabhu Nitya Deke Raja Vishta Hoya. With his hands on the shoulders of Hari Chandan, King Prataparuja could see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing, and the king felt great ecstasy. So the king has a prime spot where he can watch Mahaprabhu dancing. Yenokale Srinivas Premavishtaman Rajarage Rohideke Prabhu Nartan. While the king beheld the dancing, Srivas Thakur, it's like, how many is it? It's like a million people or something like that. Yeah, it's a huge, huge number of people.
Probably not so many back then, but still.
Right.
A massive gathering.
Yeah, and it's not such a big space. While the king beheld the dancing, Srivas Thakur, standing in front of him, became ecstatic as he saw the dancing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Rajarage Hari Chandan Deke Srinivas Aste Tade Sparshi Kohe Hawe Kapash. Seeing Srivas Thakur standing before the king, Hari Chandan touched Srivas with his hand and requested him to step aside. So the king has this nice view, but now Srivas in his ecstasy is obscuring his view, also watching Mahaprabhu. And so Hari Chandan, who presumably is a servant of the king, he's requesting Srivas to step aside, sir. Nitya Veshe Srinivas Kichui na jane Bar bar telete ho kroda hoy lo mane. Absorbed in watching Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dance, Srivas Thakur could not understand why he was being touched and pushed. After he was pushed again and again, he became angry. Chapad Madi, and normally, of course, Srivas Thakur would be more gentlemanly about this, but because he's so absorbed in watching Mahaprabhu, he's just seeing some, irritating person is bothering him when he's in the middle of this wonderful moment. But normally he would, see, oh, the king is there, let me, be respectful and step aside. Chapad Madhya Tare Koilo Nivadan Chapad Kaya Kruda Hoila Hari Chandam. Srivas Thakur slapped Hari Chandan to stop him from pushing him. In turn, this made Hari Chandan angry. Kruda Hoya Tare Kichu Chahe Boli Bade Apane Prataparuja Nivadi Lotade. As the angered Hari Chandan was about to speak to Srivas Thakur, so this is about to escalate, Prataparuja Maharaj personally stopped him. Bhagyavan tumi har hastasparsha paila Amar bhagya nahi tumi kritartha hoila. King Prataparuja said, "You are very fortunate, for you have been graced by the touch of Shiva's Thakur." He's telling Hadichandan, you've been slapped by Shiva's Thakur. What a fortune. I am not so fortunate. You should feel obliged to him. Prabhu nitya deki loke hoilo chamatkar. Anyachuk Jagannath Ananda Apar. Everyone was astonished by the dancing of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And even Lord Jagannath became extremely happy to see him. Ratas tirakoilo age nakore gaman. Animisha netre kore nitya dadashan. The car came to a complete standstill and remained immobile, while Lord Jagannath, with unblinking eyes, watched the dancing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Subhadra Balarame Hridoye Ulas, Nityadeki Dvijana Shimuke Tehas. The goddess of fortune, Subhadra, and Lord Balaram, the goddess of fortune, Subhadra, and Lord Balaram both felt great happiness and ecstasy within their hearts. Indeed, they were seen smiling at the dancing. And this example is very, very nice, of the king. This is an example of what we were discussing yesterday, that if the leaders will be humble, tolerant, and respectful, then it creates a strong, strong society, a very strong group. Because this is where division, starts. Because naturally, the followers of a particular leader, they feel, they may have a level of fanaticism, let's say. They're loyal to that person, and they can't tolerate if someone's dishonoring them. And so the danger starts is when the leader also takes offense, and they're like egging on their followers, inciting them, even. Now that's when the problems start. That's when things start to break down and collapse. But if the leader has that harmonizing mentality and is checking those tendencies in their followers, then everything will be harmonized, everything will be peaceful. So the king, he's a genuine Vaishnava. And not only is he not offended, but he's telling his servant, you are fortunate because you've been slapped by Shiva's Thakur. I wish I had such fortune. There's a similar case with Mahaprabhu himself when a lady climbs onto his shoulder to get a better view of Lord Jagannath, and she does it because she's just completely unconscious. She's in this ecstatic mood. But naturally, some of Mahaprabhu's devotees, they don't take this lightly. They're quite upset about this, and they go to deal with her roughly. And Mahaprabhu stops them and says, actually, she is more fortunate than I because she has such eagerness to have the darshan of Lord Jagannath. To find fault within oneself and to find qualities in others, good qualities in others. This is the nature of a real Vaishnava. To see that the other Vaishnavas, they have superior quality and I am the one at fault. This is the real Vaishnava tendency. And these principles of Vaishnavism, they're so perfect because they facilitate a harmonious environment, and they are very healthy for us in an individual sense, for our own spiritual advancement, both objectively and subjectively. They are extremely valuable. Okay. Udandar Nitya Prabhu Adbhut Vikar Ashta Satvika Bhav Hudai Hoy Samakal. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced and jumped high, 8 wonderful transformations indicative of divine ecstasy were seen in his body. All these symptoms were visible simultaneously. Mamsaran Samaroma Vrindapulakita Shimulir Vikshajeno Kantak Vestita. His skin erupted with goose pimples, and the hairs of his body stood on end. His body resembled this shimuli, silk cotton tree, all covered with thorns. Ek ek danter kampa deki te lage boy loke jane danta sab kasya podai. Indeed, the people became afraid just to see his teeth chatter, and they even thought that his teeth would fall out. Sarvange prasve chute tate raktod gam jajagaga gadgada vachan. Mahaprabhu's whole body flowed with perspiration, and at the same time oozed blood. He made the sounds jaja gaga, in a voice choked with ecstasy. Jalayancha darajaiche vahe ashu jol. Ashapashe lokjata bijilo sakal. Tears came forcefully from the eyes of the Lord as if from a syringe, and all the people surrounding him became wet. Srila Sridhar Maharaj gives that description that when, sometimes it was as if the Ganga was pouring from his eyes. Streams of tears. Dehokanti Gorvarna Dekiye Adun Kabukanti Dekijeno Malika Pushpasam. Everyone saw the complexion of his body change from white to pink, so that his luster resembled that of the Malika flower. Kabu Stamba Kabu Prabhu Bhumite Lotai Shushka Kashta Samapada Hastana Chalai. Sometimes he appeared stunned, and sometimes he rolled on the ground. Indeed, sometimes his legs and hands became as hard as dry wood, and he did not move. Kabu Bhume Pode Kabu Srasha Hoihin Jahadeki Bhakta Gane Prana Hoikin. When the Lord fell to the ground, sometimes his breathing almost stopped. When the devotees saw this, their lives also became very feeble. Kabunetre nasai jal muke pode feno amrite dada chandra bimbe vahe jino. Water flowed from his eyes and sometimes through his nostrils, and foam fell from his mouth. These flowings appeared to be torrents of nectar descending from the moon. Se fenoloya Shubhananda Koilopan Krishna Prema Rasikteho Mahabhagyavan. The foam that fell from the mouth of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was taken and drunk by Shubhananda, because he was very fortunate and expert in relishing the mellow of ecstatic love of Krishna.
Who is he? Shubhananda?
I only know as much as we're told here. I'm not sure if he's mentioned elsewhere. Himata Tandav Nitya Koilokotokan Bhava Visheshe Prabhur Praveshi Loman. After Mahaprabhu had performed his devastating dance for some time, his mind entered into a mood of ecstatic love. Tandav Nitya Chadi Sarupere Agya Dilo Hidoy Janiya Sarup Gaite Lagilo. After abandoning the dancing, the Lord ordered Swarup Damodar to sing. Understanding his mind, Swarup Damodar began to sing as follows. Se seto paranat painu jahalagi madan dohane jodi geno. Now I have gained the Lord of my life, in the absence of whom I was being burned by Cupid and was withering away. Now I have gained the Lord of my life, in the absence of whom I was being burned by Cupid and was withering away. Purport. This song refers to Srimati Radharani's meeting with Krishna at the holy place of Ch.Ch, where Sri Krishna and his brother and sister came to visit when there was a solar eclipse. It is a song of separation from Krishna. When Radharani met Krishna at Ch.Ch, she remembered his intimate association in Vrindavan, and she thought, now I have gained the Lord of my life. In his absence I was being burned by the arrow of Cupid, and thus I was withering away. Now I have my life again. Idwa Uchai Swade Gai Damodar Anande Majoda Nitya Kode Nishwar. When this refrain was loudly sung by Srup Damodar, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again began rhythmically dancing in transcendental bliss. Dire dire Jagannath Koden Gaman Agir Nitya Kodi Chalen Shachir Nandan. The car of Lord Jagannath began to move slowly, while the son of Mother Ch.Ch. went ahead and danced in front. Jagannath Netra Diya Sobenache Gai Kirtaniya Saha Prabhu Pache Pache Jai. While dancing and singing, all the devotees in front of Lord Jagannath kept their eyes on him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then went to the end of the procession with the Sankirtan performers. Jagannath Magna Prabhur Noyan Hridoy Shri Hasta Juge Kore Gitera Binoy. His eyes and mind fully absorbed in Lord Jagannath, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to play the drama of the song with his two arms. Gor jadi pache chole shama hoi stire, gor age chole shama chole dire dire. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dramatically enacting the song, he would sometimes fall behind in the procession. At such times, Lord Jagannath would come to a standstill. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again went forward, Lord Jagannath's car would slowly start again. Hey matta gor shame dohe tela teli, swadate shame de rake gor mahabali. There was a sort of competition between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Jagannath in seeing who would lead. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so strong that he made Lord Jagannath wait in his car. The Bengali, actually, Mahaprabhu is referred to as Gaur, which means golden, and Jagannath is referred to as Sham, which means black. So it is, representing, Gaur is representing, golden is representing Radharani, and black is representing Krishna. So this is their, Mahaprabhu's here in the mood of Radharani, addressing, his Lord, Shri Krishna. And I'll read this purport. In his Anubhashya, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur describes the ecstasy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as follows. After giving up the company of the gopis in Vrindavan, Sri Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda, engaged in his pastimes at Dwarka. When Krishna went to Kurukshetra with his brother and sister and others from Dwarka, he again met the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Radha Bhav Duti Suvalita, that is, Krishna himself assuming the part of Srimati Radharani in order to understand Krishna.
What means subalista?
Suvalita. Suvalita means adorned with. This is a line from the beginning, very beginning of Chaitanya Charitamrita, saying that Radha Bhava Duty, that Bhav is the mood, the heart, Duty is the halo, Suvalitam is Krishna. Who is Mahaprabhu? He is Krishna, enhanced with, adorned with. I mean, I'm not sure the exact meaning of the word Suvalitam, but along those lines of enhanced, adorned with. The bhav and the kanti, duty of Radharani. Radha bhava duty suvolitam, nomi Krishna, sarupam. Krishna himself, adorned with the heart and halo of Radharani. This is the ontological, nature of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha Bhav Duty Suvalita. That is, Krishna himself assuming the part of Srimati Radharani in order to understand Krishna. Lord Jagannath Dev is Krishna, and Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Srimati Radharani. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's leading Lord Jagannath toward the Gundicha temple corresponded to Srimati Radharani's leading Krishna toward Vrindavan. Sri Kshetra, Jagannath Puri, was taken as the kingdom of Dwarka, the place where Krishna enjoys supreme opulence. But he was being led by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Vrindavan, the simple village where all the inhabitants are filled with ecstatic love for Krishna. Sri Kshetra is a place of Aishvarya Leela, just as Vrindavan is the place of Madhurya Leela. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's following at the rear of the Rath indicated that Lord Jagannath Krishna was forgetting the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Although Krishna neglected the inhabitants of Vrindavan, he could not forget them. Thus, in his opulent Rathayatra, he was returning to Vrindavan. In the role of Srimati Radharani, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was examining whether the Lord still remembered the inhabitants of Vrindavan. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell behind the Rat car, Jagannath Dev, Krishna himself, understood the mind of Srimati Radharani. Therefore, Jagannath sometimes fell behind the dancing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to indicate to Srimati Radharani that he had not forgotten. Thus, Lord Jagannath would stop the forward march of the Rat and wait at a standstill. In this way, Lord Jagannath agreed that without the ecstasy of Srimati Radharani, he could not feel satisfied. While Jagannath was thus waiting, Gaura Sundar, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his ecstasy of Srimati Radharani, immediately came forward to Krishna. At such times, Lord Jagannath would proceed ahead very slowly. These competitive exchanges were all part of the love affair between Krishna and Radharani. And that competition between Lord Chaitanya's ecstasy for Jagannath and Jagannath's ecstasy for Srimati Radharani, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu emerged successful. Oh, it is like you have two persons have a very intimate relationship. They may have like a coded way of communicating with each other. So Mahaprabhu's in the mood of Radharani and he's slowing down, indicating, oh, you have forgotten us. And Lord Jagannath is then correspondingly slowing down, saying, no, I have not forgotten you. I'm with you, like that. Nachite Prabhu hoila bhavantar Hasta tuli shlok pade kori uchchaishwar. While Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing, his ecstasy changed. Raising his two arms, he began to recite the following verse in a loud voice. Yakomarahada saeva hivaras taeva Ch.Ch kshapas te chon milita malati surabaya proda kadambanila sa chaivashmi tatapi tatra surata vyapada lila vido reva rodasi vetasi tarutale cheta samutkantate. That very personality who stole away my heart during my youth is now again my master. These are the same moonlit nights of the month of Ch.Ch. The same fragrance of malati flowers is there, and the same sweet breezes are blowing from the Kadamba forest. In our intimate relationship, I am also the same lover, yet still my mind is not happy here. I am eager to go back to that place on the bank of the Reva, under the Devidasi tree. That is my desire. And this is a very cryptic expression of Mahaprabhu. And as we'll hear, only Sri Damodar could understand this. And also Srila Rupa Goswami, because he received the special mercy of Mahaprabhu. This expression, it actually comes from a very ordinary novel, like from some mundane literature. And so it puzzled, the devotees, as to, why Mahaprabhu is inspired to sing this to Lord Jagannath. But Sri Damodar understands, and later Srila Rupa Goswami, he expressed the inner meaning of Mahaprabhu's expression here, that it is describing a girl who, had a lover in her youth, and then later they're meeting again, but it's a different circumstance, things are different time, and so they're not getting the same joy that they got in their youth and in those early meetings. And so in the same way, Mahaprabhu, he's expressing the mood of Radharani at Kurukshetra when she's seeing the same Krishna as before her. She is the same Radha, he is the same Krishna, but the location is different. They're in Kurukshetra, they're not in Vrindavan. They're not surrounded, by the Jamuna, by the Vrindavan forest. Krishna doesn't have his flute and his peacock feather, and where are the cows, and so on and so forth. But instead there is this Krishna who is royalty. He's dressed like a king, he's surrounded by elephants and trumpets and a great entourage and queens. So this mood is not conducive to that exchange of natural love that they had in their early meetings. So it is an expression of separation. Even though there is this, union here. So there is this representation of the meeting of Kurukshetra here in the Ratha Yatra festival. Hey Shlok Mahaprabhu pade bar bar sadubina arta keho na jane ihar. This verse was recited by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again and again. But for Sri Damodar, no one could understand its meaning. Hey shlokarta purve koriyachi vyakyan, shloker bhavarta kori sankalpe akyam. I have already explained this verse. Now I shall simply describe it in brief. Purport. In this connection, see Madhya Lila, chapter 1, verses 53, 77 to 80, and 82 to 84. And I think that is where the exchange with Rupa Goswami is described. Rupa Goswami wrote this verse, revealing Mahaprabhu's inner heart. And Mahaprabhu, happily receives that and blesses Rupa Goswami. Let me see now. I'll just read a few more verses.
Purve Ch.Ch Kurukshetre Sab Gopi Gan Krishna Darshan Pai Ananditaman. Formerly, all the gopis of Vrindavan were very pleased when they met with Krishna in the holy place, Kurukshetra. Jagannath Deki Prabhu Se Bhavutilo Se Bhava Vishta Hoya Duyaga Hojailo. Similarly, after seeing Lord Jagannath, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu awoke with the ecstasy of the gopis. Being absorbed in this ecstasy, he asked Sriyukta Damodar to sing the refrain. Avasheshe Radha Krishna Kore Nivedan Se Tumi Se Ami Se Nava Sangam. Mahaprabhu spoke thus to Lord Jagannath. You are the same Krishna, and I am the same Radharani. We are meeting again in the same way that we met in the beginning of our lives. Tatapi Amarman Hare Vrindavan Vrindavane Uday Korao Apana Charan. Although we are both the same, my mind is still attracted to Vrindavan Dham. I wish that you will please again appear with your lotus feet in Vrindavan. Iha lokaranya hati godadatta dvani taha pushparanya bringa pikanada shuni. In Kurukshetra there are crowds of people, elephants and horses, and also the rattling of chariots. But in Vrindavan there are flower gardens, and the humming of the bees and chirping of the birds can be heard. Iha raja veshange sab kshetriya gan taha gopa veshange morali vadan. Here at Kurukshetra you are dressed like a royal prince, accompanied by great warriors, but in Vrindavan you appeared just like an ordinary cowherd boy, accompanied only by your beautiful flutes. Braje tomar sange je sukha swadan se sukha samudre ihau nahi ekakan. Here there is not even a drop of the ocean of transcendental happiness that I enjoyed with you in Vrindavan. Amaloya punalila koroho Vrindavane tobe amar manovansha hoito porane. I therefore request you to come to Vrindavan and enjoy pastimes with me. If you do so, my ambition will be fulfilled. Bhagavate Ch.Ch Radhika Vachan Porvetaha Sutra Madhya Koriachi Varnan. I have already described in brief Srimati Radharani's statement from Srimad Bhagavatam. Se Bhava Vesha Prabhu Pade Ado Shlok Se Sab Sloke Arta Nahi Bujhe Lok. In that ecstatic mood, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recited many other verses, but people in general could not understand their meaning. Sarup Gosai Jane Nako He Arta Tar Shirupa Gosai Koilo Se Arta Prachar. The meaning of those verses was known to Sriyukta Damodar Goswami, but he did not reveal it. However, Sri Rupa Goswami has broadcast the meaning. Okay, I think this is a very good place to stop. And then tomorrow we will hear very beautiful explanations from Sri Krishna's Kaviraj. Very, very beautiful. Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai, Shri Krishna's Kaviraj. Jai. Would you like to sing to that, Thakur?
Hari Harai Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopala Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudana.
Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudana.
Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohana.
Giridhari Gopinatha Madana Mohana.
Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra.
Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra.
Adhikara Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Radha Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmala Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rakha Sri Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Bharat Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Samaveda Vaishnava Mandala Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat West London Chapter Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanand Hari.
Haribo.
Vishakha Devidasi.